I spiked the punch at the office holiday party with enough roofies to drop a linebacker. Watching my boss's eyes glaze over as he slurred compliments to the intern half his age. That's when I knew the revenge I'd bottled up for 5 years was finally uncorking. My sister Jordan had stolen my life, my career, my goddamn soul.
And tonight,
I'd start taking it back, one blackout at a time. But as the room spun into chaos and sirens wailed in the distance, her laughing emoji from that cursed group chat burned in my mind like a brand. She'd see me coming, and she'd choke on her own smirk. The text from Mom hit my phone like a sucker punch at 2:17 a.m. On December 1st, the glow slicing through the darkness of my shitty studio apartment in Seattle's Capitol Hill. Rain hammered the window like it was trying to drown the city. Same as it had every winter since I was a kid growing up in that damp hellhole of a suburb outside Tacoma. Stay away from Christmas this year. Riley, it read. It's not safe. Your sister. She's unraveling. Don't come home. I stared at the screen, thumb hovering over the family group chat, me,
Mom, Dad,
and Jordan, the golden child who'd turned our lives into a footnote. 5 years ago, she'd crashed her BMW into a pedestrian while high on coke, killed a college kid named Ethan Hargrove, and pinned it on me. I was 25, fresh out of community college, with dreams of graphic design gigs in the city. And I'd taken the fall because Mom begged, tears streaming down her face in the ER waiting room. She's your sister, Riley.
blood.
We can fix this.
Fix it?
They buried the evidence, Daddy's connections at the firm, a shady lawyer who made the dash cam footage vanish, and I pled guilty to vehicular manslaughter. Served 3 years in Purdy Women's. Lost my scholarship, my boyfriend, everything. Jordan? She slinked off to UCLA on a grief sabbatical, graduated top of her class in business, and now ran a boutique PR firm in LA. All smiles and insta-perfect holidays. My reply? Nothing. But Jordan's popped up 2 minutes later, a single laughing emoji. That skull-cracking face with tears of joy. Like Mom's warning was the setup to her punchline. Lighten up.
Mom.
Riley's tough. She'll be fine. Or whatever.
Fine.
Or whatever. The words clawed at my gut. A hot and acidic, mixing with a cheap bourbon I'd been nursing since midnight. I slammed the phone down, grabbed my keys, and headed to the corner liquor store for a fifth of Jack. By dawn, the plan was forming, not flying home for turkey and tinsel, but driving south, straight into the viper's nest. Revenge isn't a light switch, it's a slow fuse. And mine had been smoldering since the day the judge's gavel cracked my future in half. Seattle's gray mornings are God's way of saying fuck you to optimism. And mine was no exception. I called in sick to my barista gig at that overpriced coffee joint on Pike, minimum wage slinging lattes to tech bros who tipped in crypto promises, and spent the day sketching in my notebook. Not designs for clients, but blueprints for payback. Jordan's life was a highlight reel. Husband named Chad, real estate douche with a man bun. 2 kids under 5. A McMansion in the Hollywood Hills. And holiday cards that screamed American Dream achieved. Mine? Parole officer check-ins. A roommate who ghosted owing 3 months' rent. And nightmares where Ethan's face, pale, twisted, headlights blooming in his eyes, whispered accusations I couldn't drown. By evening, the fuse lit. I booked a one-way rental from Seattle-Tacoma, a nondescript gray Honda that wouldn't turn heads on I-5. Packed light, jeans, hoodies, the locket Dad gave me before the trial, ironic, since he ghosted after sentencing. and a burner phone from a gas station in Everett. No gifts. No cheer, just a duffel with cash from my meager savings and a hunting knife I'd bought off a sketchy Craigslist ad 2 years back, telling myself it was for protection. Protection from what? The shadows in my head. Or the sister who'd sold me out for a clean slate. The drive south was a blur of rain-smeared taillights and talk radio rants about holiday traffic. Portland's bridges loomed like rusted skeletons. Eugene's college kids blasted carols that twisted my stomach. I stopped in Medford for gas and a burger, scrolling Jordan's socials on the burner's cracked screen. There she was, countdown to Christmas magic. Snowflake Christmas tree, who's ready for family chaos? Bless sister love, with a pic of her and the kids building a gingerbread house. My absence already edited out like a bad draft. The laughing emoji echoed. A digital taunt. By Sacramento. I'd mapped her routine from old family leaks. Yoga at 7 a.m. School drop-offs. Lunch meetings at trendy spots. I'd shadow her. Unravel her threads one by one. Start small, anonymous tips to her clients about her past indiscretions. Escalate to whispers in Chad's ear about affairs she never had. And if Mom was right, if Jordan was unraveling, well, I'd hand her the rope. Eureka hit at midnight. The redwoods whispering conspiracies as I crossed into NorCal. My phone buzzed Mom again. Riley? You there? Please just stay put. Delete. Jordan, another face with tears of joy. This one with a caption. Ghosting the fam already? Classic Riley. I gripped the wheel till my knuckles bleached. Visions flashing, her smug face in the courtroom, testifying how I'd borrowed the car without asking, how she'd tried to stop me, lies so smooth they slid past the jury like butter. The secret we'd buried? Ethan's family sued civilly after my release. But Daddy's firm quashed it with NDAs and payoffs. Jordan's freedom. My cage. But cages have locks. And mine was picking. Dawn broke over the Bay Bridge. Golden Gate fog rolling like smoke from a fresh kill. I ditched the rental in a long-term lot at SFO. Hopped a bus to LA. Union Station under a fake name, Sarah Klein. Per the ID I'd forged in prison art class. The city hit like a fever dream, palm trees strung with lights. Billboards hawking eggnog lattes. Homeless vets rattling cups amid the glitz. Jordan's address was easy. Public records. A wedding announcement from 3 years back. I checked into a Fleabag motel off Sunset. The kind with hourly rates and roaches that paid rent. First move. Reconnaissance. I Ubered to her neighborhood. Brentwood's cookie-cutter mansions glowing with inflatables and wreaths. The air thick with pine and privilege. There she was, pulling into the driveway at 6:45 p.m. SUV gleaming. Kids strapped in car seats babbling about Santa. She looked older. Lines around her eyes. That perfect bob haircut now streaked with hasty highlights. But the smile? Sharp as ever. Waving to a neighbor while Chad unloaded groceries, organic kale, artisanal cheeses, the trappings of curated bliss. I watched from a coffee shop across the street, heart pounding like a bass drop at a rave. She didn't know me yet, not the new me, the one with nothing left to lose. As night fell, stars drowned by smog, I texted the group chat from the burner. On my way. Tell Jordan to save me a stocking. No emoji. Just the promise. That night, sleep evaded like a guilty conscience. I paced the motel room, knife glinting under the neon signs bleed, replaying the betrayal in HD. It started small, Jordan borrowing my clothes, my friends,
My spotlight.
but the crash? That was the apex. She called me wasted, sobbing. Pick me up,
Sis?
please. I did. Because blood. But she grabbed the wheel mid-sentence, swerved into Ethan on the crosswalk. His scream, I'll never unhear it. She bolted, left me there with the wreck. Sirens closing in. Say it was you, she whispered later, eyes feral. I'll make it right. She didn't.
She thrived.
I rotted. Morning brought resolve. I tailed her to yoga, black leggings, Lululemon Elite, slipping into the back row incognito, baseball cap low. Her poses were flawless, but her breaths came ragged, glances darting like she sensed the ghost in the room. Post-class coffee run. I accidentally bumped her at the counter, spilling her oat milk latte. Oh God. I'm so sorry, I murmured, voice pitched higher, face averted. She snapped. Watch it, then froze, squinting.
Wait.
Riley, I bolted, heart slamming, vanishing into the crowd. Close call. Too close. Back at the motel, paranoia set in. Was she onto me? The group chat exploded. Mom frantic. Dad silent as ever. Jordan, saw a ghost today. Or maybe it's guilt. Face with tears of joy, that emoji again. A razor in my ribs. I needed to accelerate. Hacked her email with a phishing link I'd coded on the drive down. Prison sharpened skills you didn't know you had. Inboxes spilled. Desperate begs to suppliers for extensions on her firm's debts. Flirty text to a colleague named Marco. And buried deep, an encrypted folder labeled Tacoma Cleanup. I cracked it with a brute force script run on the motel's ancient desktop, scans of the dashcam stills. Ethan's blood on the grill. My forged confession.
Proof.
Her house of cards. One breeze from collapse. By week's end, I'd seeded the doubts. Anonymous post on a PR industry forum. Heard Jordan Hales got skeletons from her pre-LA days. Manslaughter cover-up? Ask her about Ethan H. It went viral in niche circles. Her mentions spiking. Chad's Facebook likes dropped. A client meeting canceled. She posted a forced, grateful for the journey red heart with a family pic. But the comments? Snide. What's the real story? I watched from shadows. A predator in yoga pants. The holiday lights mocking my vigil. Christmas Eve loomed. Mom's please a dirge. Come home alone. She's dangerous now. Dangerous?
Pot. Kettle.
Jordan's unraveling was my symphony. Debts mounting. Marco ghosting. Kids asking why Aunt Riley hadn't sent gifts. I planned the crescendo. Crashed their party. Not with fists.
But facts.
Print the files. Slip them under the tree like coal. Watch her burn. But as I sharpen the knife, just in case the burner buzzed. Unknown number. I know it's you.
Meet me.
Or I tell them everything about the crash. The swap. Your choice. Sis. No emoji this time. Just her. The meet was set for a dive bar off La Cienega. The kind of place where Christmas meant a plastic tree strung with cigarette butts and jingle bells warped through a jukebox on its last legs. I arrived early. Hood up. Knife tucked in my boot. Nursing a flat beer that tasted like regret. The air reeked of stale peanuts and desperation. Neon open, sign flickering like a dying pulse. Jordan slid in 20 minutes late. Designer coat draped over her arm. Heels clicking like accusations. She looked wrecked up close, foundation caked over hollow cheeks. Eyes red-rimmed from more than allergies. Riley, she breathed. sliding into the booth. Voice a mix of venom and velvet. You look like shit. We stared. The silence thicker than the fog rolling in from the Pacific. 5 years compressed into this vinyl bench. Her betrayal. My bars. The ghost of Ethan between us. What do you want? I finally spat, fingers drumming the sticky table. She leaned in, perfume cloying, Chanel no.
5.
Mom's favorite.
To talk.
Like sisters. Mom's losing it. Dad's checked out.
And you.
You're fucking with my life. Her laugh was brittle. No emoji to soften it. Those forum posts? The emails? Childish. Even for you. I leaned back, forcing calm, the bourbon from last night stealing my spine. Childish? You murdered a guy. Jordan. High on blow. Too buzzed to see the crosswalk. And me, took the rap because you batted your lashes and said family first. Her face crumpled. Just a flicker. Before the mask snapped back. It was an accident. You know that. I was scared. Riley. 22. Wasted. One mistake. You were always the strong one. The fixer. I thought. You'd forgive. Forgive? The word hung. Absurd as a Christmas miracle in this den of sin. She flagged the bartender, a grizzled vet with tattoos snaking up his neck, for 2 whiskeys.
Neat.
Remember Christmases in Tacoma? Eggnog by the fire. Dad's bad carols? Nostalgia ploy. Classic Jordan. I nodded despite myself. Flashes hitting. Tinsel on the mantel. Her stealing my Barbies. Me covering anyway. Yeah. Before you turned us into accomplices. The drinks arrived. She clinked hers against mine. Eyes locking. I didn't turn us. We chose. And now, my firm's tanking. Chad sniffing around for affairs that don't exist. The kids.
God.
Riley. Their innocence. Innocence. Ethan's face flashed, 21. Poli-sci major. Home for break. No kids for him. I sipped. Fire blooming in my chest. You laughed. Jordan. Mom warns me off. And you face with tears of joy like it's funny. Like my prison ink, I yanked my sleeve, revealing the faded Tacoma 19 scrawled on my forearm. A shank job from cell block B is a punchline. She winced. Genuine maybe. Tracing the scar with a manicured nail. I was deflecting. Panic mode. Look. I'll make it right. Money, whatever you need for a fresh start. Seattle's your oyster. Right? Design school. A loft.
Bribe.
The schemer and her flipping scripts. From denial to deal-making. Controversial? Hell yes, part of me wanted to grab it. Vanish into anonymity. But the fuse burned hotter. Tell Chad, I countered. The truth. Or I do. Her laugh barked. Drawing stares. And blow up my family? Yours too. Genius. Mom's cancer's back, stage 3. She didn't want you knowing. Didn't want pity parties. Cancer. The word gutted me. Mom's text suddenly frail code. Jordan pressed. Come to the house tomorrow.
Christmas Day.
One big talk. Air it out. No cops. No leaks. Sisters packed. Her eyes pleaded. But the glint, the old manipulator, shone through. Trust her? Like trusting a rattler in reindeer antlers. I left her there. Whiskey's half drunk. Rain slicking the pavement as I hoofed it back to the motel. The burner stayed silent. But doubts gnawed. Was Mom dying? Had Jordan's unraveling cracked her own facade? I scrolled Ethan's memorial page, crowdfunded by strangers. His parents broken still. No justice, just echoes. Sleep came fitful, dreams of gingerbread houses crumbling into graves. Christmas morning dawned brutal, LA's sun mocking the season with relentless glare. I showered in scalding water, tracing the tattoo's ridges, then dressed for war, black jeans, boots, the locket as armor. No gun, too hot for felons, but the knife stayed. Cold comfort. Uber to Brentwood. Heart jackhammering past mansions decked in excess. Reindeer on roofs. Inflatable Santas deflating like bad lies. Jordan's place was a stucco palace. Driveway clogged with Beamers and a U-Haul. Chad's folks? I parked a block away. Approached on foot. Gift bags swinging, the printed files, wrapped in irony. The door cracked before I knocked. Jordan. Apron smeared with flour. Smile strained. You came. Hugs exchanged. Awkward as barbed wire. Her whispering, Mom's not here. Flying in later.
Inside.
Chaos reigned. Kids shrieking over Legos. Chad manning the turkey. In-laws cooing over pies. Riley, the prodigal aunt. Chad boomed, clapping my back too hard. His grip lingering suspicion? I played nice, forcing laughs at bad jokes. Dodging questions about what VE you been up to, with vague art stuff. Dinner was a minefield. Toast to health. Grace over blessings I didn't feel. Jordan sat opposite, foot nudging mine under the table. Signal? Warning? As plates cleared. Kids banished to cartoons. She steered me to the study. Oak-paneled sanctum smelling of scotch and secrets. Here. She thrust a envelope, thick with hundreds.
Go.
Start over. And the files? I burned my copies. Clean slate.
Lie.
I knew her, hoarder of leverage. Tell them, I hissed, slapping the gift bag down. It spilled, photos, confessions, the dash cam grainy, but damning. Her face strained, eyes darting to the door. Riley. No, but Chad burst in, jolly drunk. What's this? Family secrets time. He snatched a printout. Squinting. Ethan who? Manslaughter? Jordan. What the fuck? The room detonated, screams from the hall. In-laws piling in. Kids peeking wide-eyed. Jordan spun. Feral. It's her. She did it, always jealous. Always the screw-up. Flip. Instant betrayal redux. Pinning it back on me. Her voice rising in hysterical sobs. She confessed. Check records. A chaos swallowed us. Chad bellowing for lawyers. His mom clutching pearls. Me frozen as the knife burned in my boot. I bolted for the door, but Jordan grabbed my arm. Nails digging. You ruined everything. Ruined? The irony choked me. Outside. Sirens wailed distant. Neighbors calling cops? I ran, lungs searing, into the holiday haze, the envelope's cash scattering like confetti from hell. Holed up in the motel that night. TV droning carols. I pieced it. Her flip wasn't panic, it was plan B. Always scheming. Mom called the real line. Riley? Jordan says you attacked them. Come home.
Attacked.
The gaslight burned bright. But the forum posts? They'd metastasized, news vans circling her firm by Boxing Day. I smiled.
Grim.
Fuse sizzling toward the climax. The fallout hit like a nori stir-off Puget Sound, whipping LA's palm-lined streets into a frenzy of whispers and headlines. By December 26th, Jordan's pristine world was a tabloid carcass. PR princess's dark past, sister spills on covered-up crash. Some rag had doxed the files I'd leaked in my escape, snapped pics on my phone, uploaded from a VPN in a Starbucks bathroom. Her firm's clients bolted like rats from a sinking yacht. Chad filed for separation citing irreconcilable lies, and the kids? Social media scrubbed. But the damage lingered in viral memes. Jordan's laughing emoji morphed into a devil horn Santa, captioned "Ho Ho Horror." I watched from a new crash pad, a Airbnb in Echo Park. Paid in laundered tips from bar shifts I'd faked on the road. No more motel squalor. This was a step up. Exposed brick and fairy lights mocking my vigil. The burner buzzed nonstop, mom pleading mediation. Dad's firm offering hush money, $50K. Riley. Disappear. Jordan? Silence at first. Then a voice message. Voice cracked like thin ice. You win. Okay? But Ethan's family, they're coming for blood. Yours now too. Threat? Or truth? I replayed it. Her tone laced with that old flip, victim to viper in a breath. Paranoia bloomed thorns. I dyed my hair platinum in the sink, contacts turning hazel to brown, trading the Honda for a beater Vespa from a chop shop contact. Days blurred, stakeouts at Chad's rental, him drowning sorrows in IPAs. Kids with a nanny who looked shell-shocked. Scrolls through Ethan's parents' GoFundMe updates, still pleading for justice. Unaware I'd cracked the vault. Guilt gnawed. Controversial as sin, was I avenging or just trading one wrong for another? Ethan deserved better than proxy wars between sisters who'd both failed him. New Year's Eve brought the pivot. Jordan's unraveling escalated, Papped stumbling from a bar. Mascara rivers. Muttering about framing bitches. The media feast. TMZ drones buzzing her gate. Podcasts dissecting the Hale sisters' feud. I infiltrated as a concerned fan, tipping a reporter off about the encrypted folder's backups on her cloud. Boom, more leaks. Her flirty texts with Marco now public fodder. Painting her as the schemer supreme. Chad's lawyer subpoenaed me. I ghosted, routing calls to a VoIP dead end. But the flip came mid-January. Frost nipping even California's heels. A knock at the Airbnb, not cops, but her. Jordan. Gaunt in oversized sweats. No makeup. Carrying a bakery box like an olive branch. Truce. She shoved it at me. Croissants? Our childhood weakness from that Tacoma French spot. I let her in. Knife on the counter visible. Vespa keys jangling in my pocket for quick exit. What now? Divorce party. I sneered. But she collapsed on the couch. Sobbing raw. It's over. Firm's bankrupt. Chad took the kids to his folks in Phoenix. Mom's chemo, it's bad. Riley. She asked for you. The hook twisted.
Mom.
Cancer. I'd ignored the pangs. Revenge a blindfold. Jordan spilled. Her debts from coke-fueled benders post-crash. Covering tracks with daddy's loans now called in. I didn't mean to drag you under. It was survival. Survival. The word echoed Ethan's obit. Bright kid. Gone too soon. Whose survival mattered? She flipped again. Eyes hardening. But you? Leaking it all? You're no better. A vengeful ghost ruining innocence. Innocence. The kids' faces flashed. Pudgy cheeks in holiday pics. Controversy churned. Was I the monster now? Orphaning them for a 5-year-old score? We talked till dawn. Bourbon flowing like confessions. She admitted the laughs, deflection. Yes. But also cruelty. Testing if I'd break. I hated you for taking it so well in court. Stoic Riley. The martyr. Martyr? I'd shattered inside. Therapy a joke on parole budget. Buy coffee. Pact formed. Joint front to Ethan's family. Full disclosure. Shared legal hell. Sisters against the world, she quipped, half smile cracking. I almost bought it, almost hugged back. But the knife stayed close. February's rains mirrored my mood. Gray veils over Griffith Observatory hikes where I plodded alone. Mom flew us to Tacoma for a weekend, her gaunt in the hospice wing. Chemo haze turning her eyes milky. My girls, she whispered, gripping our hands. Dad lurked in corners. Suit rumpled, avoiding eye contact. The secret surfaced fully. He'd known about Jordan's coke habit, enabled it with loans that bought silence. Family empire, he muttered when confronted. Empire of ash. Ethan's parents met us in a sterile conference room. Faces etched with loss, Mrs. Hargrove clutching a faded photo. Mr. Steel-eyed. We laid it bare. Jordan's confession. My coerced plea. The cover-up's rot. Tears. Shouts. You stole our boy. But a fragile bridge. Civil suit dropped if we testified against the lawyer's firm. Justice? Partial. Controversial. Jordan flipped post-meeting, raging at me in the airport lounge. You happy? Now we're both pariahs. Pariahs. But her eyes held gratitude, flickering. Back in L.A., the climax brewed. Chad sued for custody, citing our toxic dynamic. Media frenzy peaked. Sister Slayer saga. Revenge or redemption? I countered with my own leak. Chad's affair. Irony's bite. Jordan laughed. Real this time. Over takeout tacos. Teamwork, but trust? Thin as fog. Spring teased with jacaranda blooms. But tension coiled. One night. Post-it. She confessed more. The crash wasn't just coke, road rage. A fight with an ex who'd texted mid-drive. I snapped. Snap. Like the gavel. My rage reignited, another layer buried. You lied again. Flip, her defending, me attacking. Words knives sharper than steel. The high point hit April Fool's, her birthday. I planned sabotage. Spike her celebratory cake with laxatives. Petty payback. But arriving at her downsized condo, I found her OD'd. Empty pill bottle. Note. Can't flip anymore. Sorry. Sis. Ambulance wails. My CPR frantic. She lived, barely, got pumped in Cedars ER. Mom's bedside vigil.
Dad's absence avoid.
As Jordan wheezed awake, eyes locking mine. Your plan?
No.
Or was it? The revenge that divided. Her death would have crowned me villain. Life forced reckoning. Recovery blurred months. Rehab for her. Therapy for me. Joint sessions peeling the onion of betrayal. Ethan's memorial we attended together. Laying flowers under Tacoma rain. Forgive, she asked later. Over bad diner pie. Controversial choice, yes. Maybe. With caveats. But the fuse? Extinguished? Or banked for winter? Summer scorched LA. Into a skillet. Asphalt shimmering like the lies we'd sweated out in those early rehab visits. Jordan's condo became neutral ground, air conditioning humming over group therapy Zoom calls. The kind where shrinks in sensible cardigans probed our attachment wounds. I crashed on her couch most nights. The knife retired to a drawer, replaced by takeout containers and tentative truces. Pass the soy sauce. Traitor, she'd quip, and I'd flip her off, the gestures lighter than before. But lightness was illusion. Undercurrents pulled, dark and insistent. the betrayal's residue staining every laugh. Ethan's case dragged. A legal hydra sprouting heads, DA probing the cover-up. Civil suits against Daddy's firm ballooning into class actions from other, quiet settlements. We testified side by side in a Tacoma courthouse. June's humidity frizzing our hair. Her hand brushing mine under the table, anchor or shackle. The prosecutor grilled her. MS. Hale, you let your sister serve time. Why? Jordan's voice steady. For once, fear. Cowardice. I own it, the gallery murmured. Ethan's mom nodding faint approval.
Me?
I detailed the swap. Voice cracking on the siren's wail. Verdict. Manslaughter charge for her. Deferred for me, expunged record. A breath of clean air. Justice? Half-baked. Sparking barroom debates on forgiveness versus fury. Online. We split readers. Team Riley for the Avenger. Team Jordan for the Reformed. But reform? Jordan's flips persisted. Subtle now. One July 4th barbecue, Chad's olive branch. Kids wary around sparklers, she cornered me by the grill. He's pushing for reconciliation. Think it'd work. Work. As if marriage was a glitchy app. I saw the schemer flicker, using me as sounding board. Or worse, pawn to sway custody. Your call, I shrugged. But inside, the old burn, always her orbit. Me the moon. Fireworks boomed, masking my exit to the bathroom, where I dry-heaved over the sink, locket clutched till it bit palm. Mom's decline accelerated. Chemo rounds turning her into a wraith. We flew north monthly, tag-teaming hospital vigils. Dad finally showed guilt-riddled, bearing wilted roses. I failed you both, he admitted over vending machine coffee. Voice whiskey rough.
Failed.
Understatement of the century. His empire crumbled, disbarred. Assets frozen. Holing up in a Reno casino motel. Jordan raged at him privately. You enabled me. But flipped public. Defending to Mom. He's trying.
Ma.
Trying. The word weaponized. Dividing us anew. I confronted her post-visit. Stop protecting the bastard. He buried us all. Her retort stung. And you? Leaking to the press, hero or headline chaser.
Touché.
No saints here. August brought heat waves and heat checks. Marco resurfaced, ex-lover. Now business partner. Dinners that stretched late. Her giggles filtering through walls. Jealousy? Not romantic. But primal, another secret. Another flip. I tailed one night. Vespa purring through traffic to a Silver Lake bistro. Watching them clink glasses under string lights. Laughter. Touches innocent? Or scheme to rebuild her brand. Back home. Confrontation brewed. Who's the mark now? She deflected. Eyes flashing. Growth? Riley. Not every move's a con.
Growth.
Controversial gospel. Her phoenix rise on my ashes? The twist simmered in September. Leaves hinting fall without committing. Ethan's parents invited us to a closure dinner in Oakland. Neutral turf. Italian place with checkered cloths. Awkward toasts. To moving forward. But midway. Mrs. Hargrove slid a folder across. Depositions from the crash night. Witness statements I'd never seen. A gas station clerk. Saw two women arguing by the BMW prereq. One shoved the other.
Shoved.
Not just swerve. Jordan had pushed me aside. Seize control. I stared at Jordan across the table. Her fork pausing mid-bite. You said accident. I whispered later in the parking lot. Rain starting soft. Her flip, denial to deflection. I was panicked. Riley. It escalated. Escalated. To murder. Betrayal 2.0 hit like vertigo. I ghosted for a week. Crashed with a parole buddy in Frisco. Pounding IPAs by the bay. Foghorns morning. Mom called. Come back. She's broken without you.
Broken.
Like Ethan? The divide deepened. Readers would have picked sides. Me the betrayed eternal. Her the irredeemable. But reality? Gray as the Golden Gate. I returned. Ultimatum packed. Full truth. Or I'm out. She confessed over dawn yoga, yes. The shove. Rage fueled from our fight over her ex's texts. I didn't mean to kill. But I left you there. Left. The abandonment crystallized. October's chill crept south. Pumpkins leering from stoops. We co-launched a victims advocacy nonprofit, Ironic Penance, Hargrove Harmony, funded by lawsuit scraps. Publicity Blitz, podcasts where we bared souls. Her flipping from contrite to charismatic. Me the stoic foil. Chad thawed. Visitation weekends with kids who called me Aunt Wrecker at first. Then just Riley. Family facsimile formed. Fragile as tissue snowflakes. But the antagonist in her stirred Thanksgiving. Dinner at her place, turkey dry. Wine flowing, Chad announced reconciliation. For the kids. She beamed. But later, in the kitchen, whispered to me, it's strategy. Custody leverage. Strategy. The schemer unmasked, using love like a prop. I snapped. Not me. Not again. Stormed out into crisp night, calling an Uber to LAX. Flee or final play. Mom died November 28th. Quiet in her sleep. Ashes scattered in Tacoma Sound per her will. Funeral divided. Dad absent. Chad's family polite. Ethan's a no-show. Jordan and I eulogized tag team. Her tears real. Mine frozen. Post-burial beers at the old diner. We're orphans now, she said. Orphans. Bond or burden? December circled back. Christmas lights winking like conspirators. The plan? No plan. Or the ultimate, forgive. But arm's length. But as Eve neared, her text, come home? Real this time. Home. The hook looped. Christmas Eve redux. But the mansion was memory, Jordan's life compacted into a 2-bedroom in Koreatown. String lights looped over IKEA shelves. A tree half-decorated with mismatched ornaments from our childhood box. Chad demurred. Family night, meaning him. Her. The kids in PJs ripping at wrapping paper. I arrived fashionably late. Bottle of Jack in hand, no poison. Just prop. The air hummed with Bing Crosby croons. Cinnamon wafting from a candle masquerading as pie. Aunt Riley, the boy squealed. Tackling my legs, his sister hung back. Thumb in mouth. Eyes wise beyond 4. Innocence. Yeah, collateral in our war. Dinner was takeout Thai. Plates balanced on knees. Chad cracking dad jokes that landed thud. Jordan played hostess flawless. But her glances my way held questions. Trust test? Halfway through pad CEW. She pulled me aside to the balcony. City sprawl glittering below like a circuit board of broken dreams. Thanks for coming, she murmured. Breath fogging the chill. After last year. Last year. My leaks. Her OD. The near end. I nodded. Bourbon burning throat. Truce holds. Her smile wavered. Till it doesn't. Honesty. Raw progress. Or prelude to flip.
Inside.
Gifts exchanged. Kids got noisemakers. Chad a tie he feigned delight over. Mine for Jordan? The locket. Restrung. Mom's last words engraved inside. Blood men's. She teared up, hugging fierce. I don't deserve. Deserve. The debate eternal. No pure heroes in our saga. But as fireworks popped distant, LA's illegal salute, the kid sister sidled up. Auntie, why'd you go to jail?
Boom.
Room froze. Chad coughing spice. Jordan blanching. I knelt, voice steady, for a mistake that wasn't mine. But I'm fixing it now.
Truth. Kid-sized.
She nodded, scampered off. Jordan mouthed, thank you. New Year's brought escalation. Not champagne toasts, but a bombshell from Ethan's folks. Podcast deal. Our story scripted for true crime airwaves. Your voices, Mrs. Hargrove emailed. Could save others.
Save.
Controversial currency. Exploit pain for profit? Jordan jumped. Exposure for the non-profit. I balked. Or circus for creeps. Flip ensued. Her pushing producer meetings. Me stonewalling. January meetings in a WeHo cafe. Scripts reading like fanfic. Me the vengeful anti-hero. Her the tragic villainess redeemed. It's empowering, she argued. Eyes alight with that old schemer spark. Empowering. Or Erasure. By Valentine's. The divide cracked wide. Chad proposed round 2. Ring flashy. Dinner at Musso and Frank. She accepted. Texting me a pic mid-proposal, face with tears of joy with hearts. The emoji. Evolved joy or jab. I congratulated, but unease festered. Stakeout confirmed. Marco lingered. Consultant lunches stretching. Jealousy? Nah. Protectiveness? Sibling scar tissue. Confrontation over wine night. Ditch the side hustle. Her flip, defensive snarl. Jealous much? Chad secure. Secure. Like our pact? I walked, slamming the door on her shouts. February's chill bit deeper. Rain lashing windows like accusations. Mom's estate settled. House sold. Proceeds split 3 ways. Dad's share donated to victims' fund. His penance. Jordan threw a closure party. Invite list eclectic. Ex-clients. Therapy buds. Even a Hargrove cousin. Booze flowed. Toast slurred. I nursed a soda. Watching her work the room, charisma on steroids, flipping from flirt to philosopher. Chad cornered me by the punch bowl. She's better with you around. But careful, you're the wild card.
Wild. Fehl on tag.
Eternal. Mid-party. Twist detonated. Anonymous email to all guests. From Truth-Teller88. Screenshots of Jordan's post-OD journal. Entries raging at me. Riley's poison. She'd kill to win.
Kill.
Hyperbole? Or hint? Panic rippled. Chad stormed out. Kids yanked from bed. Jordan accused me outright. Your burner trick? Eyes feral. I denied. But doubt seated. Who? Daddy's revenge? Marco's grudge? The schemer in her flipped to victim. Sobbing to cops who arrived, sirens blazing. No charges, libel gray area, but trust? Shredded. March Madness, non-profit launch gala. Black tie affair at a Venice loft. Donors mingling with survivors' tales. We keynote duet, her poise cracking on redemption, my grit on accountability. Standing ovation. But backstage. She hissed. That email? Traced to your IP. Lie, VPN fortress, but the accusation stung. Flip, alliance to adversary in a heartbeat. I quit the board that night. Emailing resignation. Can't build on quicksand. Spring equinox brought clarity. Cherry blossoms shedding like old skins. Solo therapy unearthed the core. Not just betrayal, but the mistake I'd borne. Taking the fall enabled her, but also chained me to victimhood. Empowerment?
Cut the chain.
I landed a gig, graphic design for indie podcasts, remote from a new pad in Silver Lake. Jordan's text tapered. Miss you. Saw the
Sorry.
too late. April showers unearthed the emailer, Marco. Spurned and spiteful. Confessing over bad coffee. She played me.
Played.
Mirror to us. I warned her. She thanked coolly. Then radio silence. May's heat wave mirrored the simmer. Chad filed again. This time for annulment. Citing. Ongoing instability. Kids to therapy. Her to pills. Relapse whispers. Climax brewed Memorial Day weekend. Tacoma trip for Ethan's plaque unveiling. We drove up together. Tentative. I five a ribbon of reconciliation attempts. Rain pelted. Wipers swiping like erasers. Midway. Pull off at a diner. I shoved you because I hated the mirror you held, she blurted. Mirror. The unowned shove. Full circle. Tears mixed with fries. Hug followed. Salty and real. Unveiling poignant. Plaque gleaming under evergreens. Speeches short. Hargroves embraced us. Forgiveness edge. Drive back. Catharsis. Plans for joint custody appeal. But June's dawn. Her call. Chad's back. For real. Back. The flip ultimate. Rebuilding without me. The wild card excised. Hurt.
Deep.
But growth. I hung up. No emoji. Just good luck. Independence Day irony. Jordan's reconciliation parade. Fireworks over their patched-up McMansion, bought back via her savvy settlement carve-outs. Me solo on a beach towel in Malibu. Sand gritty under skin. Waves crashing like unsaid accusations. The invite came via group text, kids' doodles attached. Miss Antwrecker. But I declined polite. Work crunch. Work. Thriving now. Clients piling from the podcast circuit. My designs, gritty American realism. All sharp lines and shadowed truths. Success tasted bittersweet. Unshared. Her updates filtered through mutuals. Hale Harrison's United. Ring 2.0 inch with beach wedding pics. Her in lace. Chad beaming. Marco ghosted for good. The schemer tamed? Or rebranded? I scrolled numb. Bourbon bottle half empty by Bottle Rocket's glow. Ethan's Echo. A new book deal from the Hargroves. Fractured Blood. Our saga anonymized but recognizable. Riley the Resilient. Jordan the Jagged. Royalties split 3 ways. Mine funded a Tacoma scholarship. His name attached. August vacuumed heat into void. Mom's anniversary hit hard. Ghost kitchen experiments. Her meatloaf recipe botched till tears salted the sauce. Jordan called. How you holding? Holding. The word fragile. We chatted surface. Kids soccer. My gigs. Her firm's reboot as Crisis Couture. Laughter crept in.
Tentative.
Come for Labor Day. Invite 2. I hedged. Maybe. September schooled me in solitude's sharp edges. A date, barista from my Seattle days. Visiting, fizzled over craft beers. My walls too high for small talk. You're intense, he said. Not unkind. Intense. Code for haunted. Therapy unpacked it. Revenge's afterglow left ash. Not ashes. The flip I craved? In me now, from Avenger to Architect. Building Sans Blueprint. October's veil-thin secrets. Anonymous tip to my inbox. Jordan's prenatal scan. Due February. Baby. The ultimate flip. New life from old ruins. Text exchange. Congrats. Her. Wannabe godmother? Real talk.
Real.
I flew up. Dinner at their revamped kitchen. Kids clambering. Chad grilling steaks with wary warmth. Water under, he toasted. Under. Bridge mended? But November's chill nipped heels. Nonprofit audit revealed cooked books. Jordan's creative accounting siphoning for personal debts. Whistleblower? A junior staffer. Fired for questioning. Confrontation over Zoom. Her face pixelated pale. It was one time. Desperation. Desperation. The old excuse. Flip to plea. Again? I logged off. Heart lead. Chad called next. Help her. For the kids. Help. The controversy. Enable the cycle. Or cut clean. Thanksgiving tension. I showed. But boundaries barbed. Turkey carved symbolic. Slices uneven. Kids asked about the bad time. Jordan deflected with pie. But I stepped in. Auntie and Mommy made mistakes. Learned from him. Learned. Half-truth. Post-feast walk. Her arm linked mine. Don't bail. Baby needs aunt.
Needs.
Leverage. Or love. December danced close. Christmas specter looming. Her bump showed. Ultrasounds shared. Gender surprise. Hargrove middle name nod. The plan? Mine. Attend. But armored. Eve at their place. Lights twinkling authentic now. No shadows. Gifts for her. A custom locket twin to mine. Engraved mended. Tears. Hugs hers belly bound.
Mine tentative.
But midnight mass, ironic for agnostics. In the pew's hush. She whispered, I shoved because you were leaving. Packing for Seattle. Cutting cords. I panicked. Leaving. The fight's root. My escape dreams. Her cling. Vulnerability's gift. Or guilt dump. I squeezed her hand. We both panicked. New Year dawned. Baby Hale Harrison arriving Valentine's Gale girl. Squalling. Named Riley Elise. Godmother duties. Hospital gown. First hold trembling.
Joy.
Tainted. But true. Chad's nod. Family. Family. Fractured mosaic. Spring 2027 bloomed cautious. Nonprofit salvaged. Her resignation. My interim CEO. Flips lessened. Heard a steady mom. Me to reluctant leader. Ethan's book hit shelves. Bestseller buzz debates raged. Redemption real. Or PR spin. We guessed it on panels. Tag team truths. Audiences split, but engaged. Summer solstice. Beach day with the brood. Waves lapping. Kids building moats. Jordan. Postpartum glow. Confided. Chad knows everything. Therapy couple stuff. Knows. Full circle. My retort. Good. No more burying. Fall foliage framed the real twist. Daddy's letter. Postmarked Reno. Forgive an old fool. Enclosed. Deed to Tacoma house. Ours joint. Return? We drove up. Kids in tow. Snow dusting eaves. Inside. Ghosts danced mom's quilt. Our old rooms. Home, Jordan said. Home. Debatable end. Happy patchwork. Or by tragic truce. As Christmas neared again. Group chat pinged. Mom's old warning emojified by Jordan. Face with tears of joy but with snowmen.
Come? Yes.
The plan? Different still. Embrace the mess. Winter 2020, 7 wrapped LA. In unseasonal frost. A rarity that turned commutes to ice rinks and holiday markets to huddled fairs. The Tacoma deed burned a hole in my glove box during the drive north, Jordan shotgun. Baby cooing in the back with Chad navigating kid wrangling. Road trip redemption, she joked.
Balat?
Darkness on the edge of town, hitting too close.
Close.
The house loomed unchanged, sagging porch. Furs sentinel. But inside, dust motes danced in flashlight beams. Mom's scent faint in the linens. We claimed rooms. Hers the master with its bay window views of the sound. Mine the attic garret where I'd sketched teen dreams. Kids romped basement. Echoes of our echoes. Chad played handyman, hammering loose boards. His grunts companionable now. Dinner that night. Canned soup heated on a hot plate. Stories swapped like heirlooms. Remember the crash? Jordan ventured.
Spoon midway.
I did, viscerally.
Yeah.
But this gesture encompassing the creek. The cold. Fixable. January thawed secrets further. Daddy surfaced, emaciated at a diner meet. Eyes hollowed by sloths and solitude. The deed's clean, he rasped. Check for back taxes clutched like lifeline. Apology stumbled. I chose empire over ethics. Buried too deep.
Buried.
We listened. Jordan's hand in mine under table, united front. No forgiveness voiced. But a nod. Stay straight. He vanished again. Rumor to Vegas underbelly. Controversial closure. Pity for the patriarch. Or poison unexpunged. Back south. Non-profit hummed under my lead, rebranded Echo Alliance. Focus on family fractures. Jordan consulted freelance. Her flips channeled to crisis sims. How to spot the schemer in yourself. Podcast circuit boomed. Our episodes topping charts. Sisters in sin. From betrayal to breakthrough. Fans divided. DMs praising my grit. Queen of clapback. Others canonizing her. Redemption arc goals. Debates flared Reddit. Riley's too soft. Should have let her rot.
Rot.
The gray thrilled. No easy wrongs. February's rose for the baby. First steps wobbly. Captured on my phone. Sent to Ethan's folks with legacy lives. They replied warm. Annual memorial invite. We went. April cherry blossoms framing the plaque. Kids scattering petals. Mrs. Hargrove hugged. You gave us voice.
Voice.
The crime's echo. Born and broadcast.
Spring equinox.
Chad's proposal redux, private. Beach at dusk. No ring but vows renewed. Jordan called pre-ceremony. Be my witness? Witness. Irony laced. I did. Sand and toes. Officiant drone minimal. Reception bonfire. Toast to resilience. Her eyes on me across flames, gratitude. Or gauge. Later. Dance floor sway. No more flips. Promise.
Tentative.
Summer scorched truths. Audit trail led to Marco, lingering IOUs from her desperation days. Confrontation coffee. Him smug. She owed.
Owed.
I paid it off. Anonymous wire. Not for her. But closure's cut. She found out. Confrontation her turn. Why? So you owe me nothing. Nothing.
Clean slate's myth.
Fall harvest. Tacoma weekends ritual. House flipped to Airbnb potential. Our sweat equity. Kids claimed fort in the attic. Baby gurgling at mobiles I designed. One crisp night. Fire pit stories. Ethan's full tale. Unvarnished for the littles someday. Mistakes make monsters or menders, Jordan said. Menders. Aspirational. November's gray. Thanksgiving tableau. Extended now. Chad's folks thawed. Even a Hargrove cameo via Zoom. Turkey gilded. Wines poured. Toasts circled to blood chosen. Chosen. The betrayal's bomb. December deepened. Christmas current without curse. Tree trimming marathon. Ornaments unpacked. Each a talisman. Mom's angel cracked but cherished. Jordan's laughing emoji bauble. Ironic art project. No text this year, she quipped. Stringing lights.
No.
Just presents. Eve Mass again. Candles flickering hope. Post-service. Drive to Tacoma, snow flurrying. Radio carols soft. House aglow.
Kids abed.
Adults by hearth. The plan? Chad asked. Mulled wine steaming.
Plan.
I smiled. This. But twist twilight. Burner buzz. Unknown, Daddy. Found something. Crash night. Second cam. Hotel security shows Jordan alone pre-pickup. Alone. No fight. No shove, her solo spiral. My arrival post-swerve. Revisionist? Or revelation? I showed her. Dawn light gilding the screen. Her face, shocked to sorrow.
I.
Blocked it out.
Blocked.
The schemer's final flip. To self? Debate ignited. Confront the myth. Or let mended lie. Readers would have rioted. Truth's tyranny. Or peace's price. We burn the file. Ashes to the sound.
Our story, she said. Our.
Ending open. By tragic harmony. Or happy heresy. New year beckoned. Baby steps forward. 2028 dawned crisp. Resolutions whispered over black-eyed peas at a Koreatown joint. Superstition nod to mom's southern roots via grandma's tales. Jordan's bump long past. Toddler tantrums the new soundtrack. But the house hummed steadier. My designs freelancing global. Her consulting gigs selective. Chad's realty rebounding on honest broker branding. The burners silenced. Filed away like old scars, no more ghosts. Or so we pledged. January jury duty for me, ironic echo. Courthouse halls triggering purdy flashbacks. Case, white-collar fraud. Defendant slick as daddy once was. Acquittal stuck. But post-verdict beers with jurors spark debates. Justice blind or bought? My input, both. Fix from within. Within. The Avenger evolved. February frost. Valentine's vow renewal for them, small. Beach again. Me matron of dubious honor. Vows included no more secrets. Her hand on belly numbered 3 brewing. Laughter genuine. Waves applauding. Post-party. Us sisters walk. Think we broke the cycle? Her question hung. Cycle. Betrayal's wheel. Maybe dented. March Madness. Nonprofit's first gala. Black tie triumph at the Pantages. Donors dazzled by survivor spotlights. We emceed. Banter sharp. Her flip to funny. My grit grounding. After-party afterglow. Proud? Chad asked.
Proud.
Word waited. Spring surge. Tacoma bloom. House listed. Sold quick to a young family full circle. Our proceeds seeding Riley grants for wrongfully accused artists. Closing day. Keys handed. Tears unshed. End of era, Jordan said.
Era.
Buried secrets exhumed and reinterred. Summer solstice swim. Kids cannonballing. Us lounging floats. Sun-dappling confessions. The shove. I probed. Therapy unpacked dissociation. Not malice. Malice. Forgiven.
Filed.
Fall frenzy. Back-to-school chaos. I mentored at a design camp. Jordan PDA power player. Ethan's book sequel announced. Echoes unsilenced. Our forward co-penned. Raw and real. November's nook.
Thanksgiving tableau expanded. Daddy tentative guest.
Sober 6 months.
Carving tentative.
Toasts trembled. To mending. Mending. Possible. December crescendo. Christmas core. Tree towering. Traditions tweaked. Emoji-free cards. My designs gracing wrapping. Eve exchange. Her gift. Therapy journal shared. Your chapters saved me. Mine custom portrait. Us half-body. Realistic resolve. Midnight. Fire crackling. Kids dreaming sugar plums. We clinked eggnog, spiked light. The plan worked, she said.
Plan.
From revenge to this debated denouement. Happy haze or tragic truce. Twist tale, no final flip. Just forward. As snow dusted distant peaks, I texted the old group mom's heaven line. Home for Christmas.
No emoji.
Just peace. The end? Yours to argue.